So yes, representing forces DC, and what I have to say is cutting all the bullshit, like Irmina said. When I was first asked to join the data center industry, I was still working for Tesla, or from colleagues, and I was scratching my head going, why are they asking me? There is nothing I could possibly do in a data center. Because the way I saw a data center is a building with data, large, and then I thought, okay, what kinds of jobs would they have? And I thought, well, security guard and his dog. No, that's not me. And then I thought, naturally, technicians or IT people, making sure that our data is actually safe. And then I thought, definitely EHS or HSE, depends how you like to call it, but environment, health and safety. And again, that's not me. Because the way I saw the data center is, like Dennis explained, the run phase. It's already operational. But naturally, these things don't just pop up in the middle of nowhere. Someone has to actually build them. And this is what this presentation is about. Career opportunities in this part of data center life cycle. So what kinds of jobs are we talking about? Well, first things first, we need to get the walls of a building, right? And we also need some corridors to move around in between. And guess what? We need a way in. And don't trust people when they say that IT people like to sit in small, dark rooms. They do need windows as well. So we need door fitters and then window fitters. And then we need structure ceilings. So when we have our servers, right, then we need those ceilings so that we can put cooling systems and ventilation in. And believe it or not, there will be quite a few cables here and there. Now, since there are people working in a data center, then we'll also need offices. So we'll need some carpentry work, acoustic ceilings, painting, and then, by the way, painting can also happen in forms of snacks, so sometimes sandwich panels don't arrive in perfect condition, and then they need a little touch-up. And then tiling, like your usual office space. Now, naturally, from this crude explanation, you can hear that this is not my expertise. I don't know about this. So I tried my best to explain it. So what do? There is one more thing missing from the list. When you have this many people working together on a project, what do you need? And this is where I come in. And maybe some of you now made a little connection. Hold on, Tesla and that leadership training. Did she train Elon? No, she did not. I did, however, train 1,511 people managers at Tesla. I will be coming back to leadership. But for now, if you've looked at this and thought, aha, those of you who are not in the data center industry going, great, here is my opportunity, my way in, then welcome. What's the best way to get into the data center industry? Since we live in Norway, well, it's recommendation. Qualifications naturally can make you a more attractive candidate, speak to Dennis. But then there is something else. And I was speaking to Thuda about this earlier on. It's about mindset. And Thuda, I believe you will be coming back to that. From what I could observe, what Raymond demonstrated there with presentation going crazy was just like, okay, cool, I'll just continue. Fantastic. And then I don't have a finished response because I'm still relatively new to the data center industry. But if you ask me, I would say definitely keeping it cool under pressure. I would definitely say collaboration. So if you feel, okay, I'm open-minded, I can talk to people, I can collaborate well, then yes, that's a huge plus. And then be open-minded, be curious, wanting to learn, because it's an industry that changes all the time. And if you think, okay, great, I'll apply. Say you get the job. Then how is it going to work? Typically, I don't know if you have this feeling, but we apply for a job, we get the job, go, yes, this is fantastic. And as the day approaches, the D-Day, right? Okay, now I'm starting. Maybe we have an imposter syndrome sneaking up, don't? And what experience that? With, yeah, I mean, I think I can do this, but really, can I do this? Don't worry, we won't leave you hanging. So what's going to happen is an onboarding process. Hold on, did she say video onboarding? How come? We love in-person training with coffee and cake. Now, yes, we do, and I do respect that, absolutely. However, I would also say that when we have video onboarding, if you at some point thought, oh my gosh, why is he speaking so slow? You could increase the speed to 2.0. Your children do it, don't they? They're listening and they speak like this and then they speak really fast, but then they save time. Brilliant. Another thing that is very helpful with this one is say that at some point you were starting to think, oh, I'm getting a bit hungry, lunch. What was she speaking about? Now it's a bit embarrassing, maybe we don't know each other very well, saying, okay, what did she say again? If it's a video, you can always go back. And I'm not always that funny as I am today, so maybe you could film me on my funny day and then you could play the video so people get exactly the same information. So video onboarding is one thing. The other thing that we do is buddy system. Because it's one thing to watch something in theory, but then what some of our employees told me, and some of them are here, so maybe you can chat with them about this, but if they don't have experience working on a data center construction project, they walk in on the first day and go, whoa, really? It's huge. It can be daunting. And then it's great to have someone who will say, hey, I'm your buddy. I can show you around. Here's where we drink coffee, and we drink plenty of it. Here's where we eat. We're not eating now. And this is where we work. And can explain things to you. If you have questions, then they are there. Now speaking to colleagues within the data center industry, if we ever happen to work on a long project together, we would love to partner with you and build an onboarding center, ideally with some cool new technology so that people could actually train before getting on the project. So let us know, it would be brilliant. Now, pressure's real. So now we're checking if I have the data center mindset right. It's not working. Okay, so back to Irena. Cutting the bullshit. The reality of working on a data center project. A few things that I've heard from our employees is there are different actors. There are lots of people running around, and then the projects are long, and the environment is very dynamic. I see those of you in the industry know, holds. And then rotational schedule. 2 weeks at work, and then 2 weeks at home. To be able to take care of our employees in this environment, we need, I promise I will come back to that, leadership. So the first thing, very important when you have multiple actors on a project, it's communication. So what we love to do is toolbox talks. It's a fancy, right? Toolbox talk. And then it's a bit like a huddle, right? People gather around, we explain what's going to happen, and then afterwards, like, yeah, we did this. Now, what we really like in our toolbox talks is engaging people. So it's not just leaders speaking at people. And we also use mirror read profiling to make sure that our leaders are aware of different communication needs, different preferences. What about long projects? How do we solve for that with great leadership? Well, it's about motivation. You start a very long project and it's like, yes, we can do this. 3 months in, it's like, oh my gosh, will we ever be finished? So we need motivation, and how we do it, we create a nice social environment where people get together, where people can hang out after working hours. Dynamic environment. Things can change, especially in Norway. Suddenly it's minus 20 degrees, and then, okay, you were doing cable traces outside, go into the building, now we need to do something else. Flexibility and holistic understanding. Dennis, I believe you were speaking about this, that we need to understand how things hang together, and then it's not annoying when your leader asks you to do something else because you know how this something else contributes to the bigger project. And then last but not least, yes, rotation, but maybe some people don't want to stay at home that long. I don't know, depends on the situation, right? So we did also different kinds of schedules so our employees can choose, and they can get, for example, 3-2-1 or 6-2. There is a lot of Excel going on in our offices with our leaders, like trying to calculate, okay, how many people, we need this many people, will they be there? And that's what Daniel had for you. So, thank you.